I call the Thursday, June 4th meeting to order. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Dr. Williams,
Present.
Mr. Payne, Ms. Walker, Ms. McLaughlin,
Here.
Ms. Cunningham,
Here.
Ms. Averett,
Here.
Mr. Graves.
Here. Next, we'll move to item 1.3, approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Dr. Williams, second by Ms. McLaughlin. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Ms. Cunningham,
Yes.
Ms. Averett,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin,
Yes.
Ms. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Graves.
Yes. Next, we'll have a moment of silence and Pledge of Allegiance led by Ms. Walker. Thank you. Next, we'll move to item 2.1, approval of minutes. These are the minutes from May 28, 2026, regular meeting.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes as presented. Second.
Motion made by Ms. McLaughlin, second by Ms. Averett. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Ms. Averett,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Walker,
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham,
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin,
Yes.
Mr. Graves.
Yes. Next, we'll move to recognitions. 3.1, Time to Shine Awards, school and teacher recognition. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Ms. McCraw.
Good evening, Chairman Graves, Vice Chair Cunningham, Superintendent, and esteemed board members. Tonight, it is my extreme pleasure to stand up here for recognitions, which is a bit of a change for my position. But we have here tonight some of our fine representatives from our schools to accept their awards for our new Time to Shine Awards. And so the Time to Shine Awards recognize top performance in grades K through 8 in the following categories. That's reading proficiency, math proficiency, reading growth, math growth, and these are measured by the iReady diagnostic, which our students take 3 times a year. We did recognize teacher recipients before school let out. We went around to each school and each classroom. We gave out certificates and pins as tokens of our appreciation. We took pictures. It was a really great time. Everybody was really excited. And we do plan to recognize everyone with the celebration next school year as well. Additionally, when you go around our schools next year, teachers who were awarded the Time to Shine Award for this year will have door signs outside of their classrooms, and so we're really excited about that as well. We will have the list of the teachers later in the presentation, but before we get there, I'd like to recognize our overall school winners. And so we'll start with our top reading growth for elementary. Congratulations to Schoolfield Elementary. Thank you, Schoolfield. Our top reading growth for middle, Westwood Middle School. Congratulations to our top math growth for elementary, Woodbury Hills. Congratulations to our top math growth for middle school. That is the Schoolfield 6th Grade Academy. And Schoolfield is already up, so they'll be accepting another award. Congratulations for top reading proficiency for elementary to Forest Hills. Congratulations for our top reading proficiency for middle school to Bonner Middle School. Congratulations again to our top math proficiency elementary to Schoolfield Elementary School. Congratulations, top math proficiency middle school, one more time to Schoolfield 6th Grade Academy.
Reading is fundamental, so we probably have the wrong trophy, but that's okay.
We'll get those straight. And last but certainly not least, I wanted to recognize the top overall growth in proficiency, and that is to Activate STEM Academy. We'll meet after and sort them, guys. And so congratulations to our school winners. Again, this is our overall winner by school. We recognized individual teachers by grade level and subject before the school year was over. So do we want to do the picture now?
That's fine.
Okay.
Sure.
Y'all might have to kind of get together a little bit.
And while everyone sits back down, I would just like to briefly, if that's okay, show the teacher winners for each category. Our top reading proficiency by grade. You'll notice the top 2 by grade for each school. And I'm also pleased to say that every school was represented in the teacher awards.
Right.
We also have our top reading growth by grade, our top math proficiency by grade, and in math we were able to include Accelerated 7-8 and Algebra 1 at the middle level, as well as our top math growth by grade. And so I just want to say one more congratulations and thank you to our schools and teachers for their dedication, specifically through the number of assessments we do all year. It is really good work. I would like to shout out our school test coordinators for all the work that they do, and thank you all for the opportunity to recognize these wonderful people.
Awesome. Thank you. Next, we'll move to item 3.2, recognition of DPS school board bookkeepers. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Ms. Gillis.
Good evening, Chair Graves, Vice Chair Cunningham, members of the board, superintendent, and guests. Tonight, we are pleased to recognize our school bookkeepers for their dedication, professionalism, and commitment to excellence. School bookkeepers are among the unsung heroes of our division. While they are responsible for managing finances and supporting our school operations, their impact extends far beyond numbers and reports. In many of our schools, they are often the first person to greet parents, welcome visitors, answer questions, and assist students throughout the day. They serve as trusted resources for staff and families and help create a positive and supportive environment in their schools. The result of the most recent school activity fund audit reflects the high standards they bring to their work every day. Their attention to detail, commitment to accountability, and focus on continuous improvement have strengthened financial practices across our division. While they are balancing accounts, helping a student, assisting a parent, or supporting a school event, our bookkeepers play an important role in the success of our schools and the experience of those we serve. On behalf of Denver Public Schools, we thank them for their hard work and dedication and commitment to excellence. Please join me in recognizing our outstanding school bookkeepers, and I will have them come up as we call their names.
All right.
Shannon Poole. Chair Perry. Carleen Saunders. Ebony Glass. Lisa Hodgen. Lisa's not here today. Also, Miss Anika White is not present today either. All right, Ebony Moore. Karen Pritchett. Deborah Carter. Tony James. I don't think Ms. James is here. Joanne Neighbors. Stephanie Ratliff. Donnice Robinson. Ms. Robinson not in attendance. Also, Ms. Patricia Gunn is not in attendance. Harold and Samuels. Ms. Donnice Robinson just walked in. And finally, we have Karen Pritchett, who also is not in attendance today. Please give our wonderful bookkeepers a round of applause. Okay. No, Karen Wallace.
She's rich.
Please give our wonderful bookkeepers a round of applause. And we ask the board to come take a picture.
Thank you, Ms. Gillis, Ms. McWilliams, and
I'm good, thank you. Yeah. I had to get over there with a little bit better.
Let's give them another round of applause. Next, we'll move to item 4.1. Public may address the board. Do we have any signed up?
No, sir.
Next, we'll move to item 5.1, cosmetology spotlight. And I'll turn it over to Dr. Stone.
Chairman Graves, Vice Chair Cunningham, school board members, and Dr. Harrison, good evening. It brings me great honor and the privilege to spotlight cosmetology as our last CTE spotlighted program for the 26-27 school year. But first, I would like to introduce you to what cosmetology looks like at the high school setting. In 9th grade, students are introduced to cosmetology as an course. That way, students learn the skills, the necessities needed to produce their own business once they receive their cosmetology endorsements or license. For the 10th and 11th grade years and 12th grade years, we have cosmetology levels 1, 2, and 3. For the 25-26 school year, we had 20 participants from George Washington High School and also for the Rise Academy. We are excited because in 26-27, we have 50 students enrolled in the cosmetology program in size. Impact and opportunities. As we know, cosmetology is a billion-dollar industry. Not only is it hands-on, but there's also sales and products that are associated with the cosmetology pathway and program. Students earn a master professional technical skills. They learn the art of cutting, coloring. They also received once they complete the program successfully and complete their 1,000 seat hours for the state, they can sit for their cosmetology board license. It also extends the opportunity to explore diverse beauty career pathways. We have set in our cosmetology program for nail technician and barbering, but currently, right now, they're sitting for their cosmetology license. That delves into all of those career pathways. They also have, which I mentioned earlier, the opportunity to explore opportunities in entrepreneurship, owning their own salon, producing or selling products. How does this bridge our students for the beyond the classroom? It opens real-world opportunities in the salon and cosmetology field. That impacts our community because we have a lot of salons in our communities that will have employable, licensed, skilled workers that we will produce and send out to the public. And as always, I would like for you to examine and explore our last cosmetology spotlight video.
At Danville Public Schools, students are discovering how passion and creativity can become a career through the Career and Technical Education Cosmetology pathway. Students gain hands-on experience in hairstyling, coloring, skincare, nail care, and professional salon techniques while learning the skills needed to succeed in the beauty industry. The program helps students build confidence, professionalism, and real-world experience in a supportive learning environment. Through classroom instruction and practical training, students prepare for future opportunities in cosmetology and entrepreneurship through aligned industry certifications.
Why I decided to join the cosmetology class is because I felt the inspiration to do hair. I really wanted to do my own hair at first and just learn how to do that. But then I started to develop feelings for wanting to do others' hair and eventually create my own business and my own salon.
I really love to do things with my hands, and I think I'm really creative. I have learned about the comb in the hand, which Miss Kelly always tells us about. And I really love to cut hair. The roller set is getting me a hard time, but I think I'm going to get it someday. I'm planning to do my own business, and I really want to work on cosmetology, like hair, nails, all kind of stuff. I'm really grateful because it's given me like more experience to get to a good career in my future.
I've always wanted to do something where I can make somebody feel more confident about their physical appearance. One of my favorite things that we've done so far probably has to be one of our blowouts, but that's something that I'm very good at right now because I've been practicing for myself and for others, so yeah, that's probably my favorite thing. After high school, I plan on going to DCC to become a cosmetologist and get my license so that way I can just, make people feel more comfortable and just happy with themselves.
The Danville Public Schools CTE Cosmetology Program is helping students turn talent into opportunity, one style at a time.
Just wanted to highlight that although you see we just launched the cosmetology program, we're excited about the student enrollment growth, but we're also excited about the opportunities that it will unfold in the future. As you know, I'm very keen on turning student-led businesses into entrepreneurship, service learning, service trades within the school building. So eventually, we'll be servicing, like we did years ago, the public so that students can learn with hands-on experience. Are there any questions?
Any questions? Ms.
So
McLaughlin?
will there be opportunities for salon days?
Yes, and that's why I wanted to lift that. I wanted to share eventually. You have to keep in mind that it just launched this year. So we want to make sure students are prepared because we don't want any accidents to happen with chemicals and cutting and if people are disappointed and reach out to me. So we got to give them the time to learn that experience. But I guarantee you, knowing me, we're going to work on it this summer what the pricing looks like because we have to set it in stone, build a foundation, and make sure our students are prepared to have those opportunities for the community. We'll get there.
Ms. Walker?
You know, I was going to say something, right? So, first of all, I appreciate this program. When it was even thought about and Dr. Harrison spoke it to me, she's like, I got a surprise, or, you know, I just want you to know because it had been gone so long. So I appreciate the work. But them having that chance of entrepreneurship in 9th grade is amazing. And I am a product of George Washington High School's vocational. Next week, I will be 32 years as a hairstylist because of I was afforded that with our vocational program. So I am just, it's amazing to see students not only with this program, but they gravitate into it to see that entrepreneurship still is alive and they're able to do something work readiness when they leave school. So thank you.
It was important for us to build that entrepreneurship level because with the cosmetology, with CTE, students are exposed to competencies which enhance their soft skills, communication, teamwork, team building. But it didn't touch on the aspect of owning your own salon or what it takes to even have, even if you work with someone, how do you charge people and what's the cost of the products versus, you know, your expendable income that comes with the two. So it was important for us to build that into that foundational level.
Thing was just to say to Mrs. McLaughlin's point, we didn't do it to 12th grade.
Yeah.
It may be a little bit now that they started, so you know, we did our 12th grade year.
Yeah.
Nothing was touched before then.
Yeah, exactly.
Any others? Any others?
I wanted to. I just wanted to thank Ms. Walker. You did push us to look at the data, and students used Major Clarity and demonstrated that they were highly interested. And we learned from Ms. Kelly that she's teaching the foundations to make sure they can pass the boards and ensure success. And Dr. Stone, we know you were flying on an airplane. Are you going to be the first customer?
I will be one of their first customers. Always tried and true, you know. If it's culinary, I'm going to taste. If it's aviation, I'm going to fly. Cosmetology, I'll be there too. So, yes. Okay, I'll let you know. All right, sounds great.
Any others? Any others? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Next, we move to item 5.2, Visual and Performing Arts Overview, and I'll turn it over to Ms. Agner.
Good evening, Chair Graves, Vice Chair Cunningham, Dr. Harrison, and members of the board. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come and speak about a program that means a lot to me as a teacher, as a mother, as a member of our community. With our visual and performing arts programs in Danville Public Schools, we can only shine. So the purpose of our programs is to allow student participation in exhibitions and performance showcases which show their artistic growth. Our core components are in visual arts, drawing, painting, photography, sculpture, building creativity, and motor skills. In performing arts, we have music, dance, theater, and it fosters creativity, teamwork, and confidence. Skill development, it emphasizes critical thinking and interdisciplinary learning to support academic success. There's all kinds of research out there that tells us that students who are involved in the visual and performing arts are more dedicated students and more involved in their school community. So I thought I would put a few things together for you this evening and let you know that we began our visual and performing arts education in our preschools. All of our preschool students have art and music each week as part of their routine. And in our elementary schools, we do the same. Every elementary student has music and art once weekly in their programs. As we move into our middle school, it becomes more of a choice for our students. We have chorus and band, orchestra, theater arts, and dance opportunities in grades 6, 7, and 8, as well as our visual arts programs in middle school. In high school, it becomes even a little more defined because we have choral music at level 1, 2, and 3, and symphonic band, wind ensemble, jazz band, symphonic orchestra, theater, and modern dance. These are all choices that our students can make, and they also fulfill the requirement of sequential electives for graduation. And I'm not going to read all of these, but I wanted you to see the number of students who participate in our middle schools. I already stated that everyone who's enrolled in preschool and elementary school participate. And then in middle school, as choices are being made, these are the numbers of students who are enrolled this past school year. Our dance program is relatively new, but as you can see, our middle school served 157 students this past school year. We also had theater arts, and in our visual arts program, 524 students selected visual arts classes with chorus, and then again in general music, band, and orchestra. And I want to throw this out there with my students, my two personal students who graduated from Danville Public Schools. When they began to leave elementary school, they came home and they showed me the courses they had selected, and I didn't see anything, band or orchestra, and I said, we have to talk. And they go, well, Mom, I said, no, you're going to. Your first year in middle school, you will, and after that, if you don't want to anymore, we can talk. Well, they both graduated having been in orchestra from 6th grade every year all the way through their senior year. So I have a violinist and a bassist in my home. But it's an opportunity to broaden their horizons, to be a performer, and to be in front of an audience. And sometimes that's quite difficult for children, and so we appreciate those opportunities. So then in our high schools, we see our numbers drop a little, and that's because they have so many varied opportunities in high school. So we have a little competition with CTE sometimes, and our students get to choose. So you'll see, and those programs are growing as well, and I believe with the selections that are made in middle school, you'll see the high school numbers increase as we move forward. And I wanted to point out the link that we have to our career and academy pathways. All of our pathways afford our students an opportunity for visual and performing arts. However, the pathway of international business and culture is where you will find most of our courses. And so I was challenged to talk to you a little bit about our performances and our awards throughout this school year, but I didn't want to stand here and give you a laundry list. And so I thought I would tell a little story. So in our music programs, all of our programs compete in regional competitions or performances. And this school year at GW, as well as Bonner and Westwood, our ensembles were given superior ratings. Bonner Middle School achieved Blue Ribbon status, which is the highest honor in the state of Virginia for performing arts, because chorus, their band, and their orchestra received superior ratings. So I think that deserves a hand.
Absolutely.
And each and every year, we have students who are selected to participate in all district, all Virginia, and regional orchestra, band, and chorus. And then our ensembles performed at several conferences and district events throughout the year. In our visual arts, we have showcases that start with our own art show. And several schools have their own art shows, and then we have one division art show. We also have our art displayed in the museum for the entire summer, so please stop by and look at our students' art. And then we participate every year also in the Festival in the Park. And our students win many awards. With our dance, we've had several successful performances this year with Black History Month. They also performed at the Virginia Museum, the Danville Museum of Fine Arts and History, and they will continue also working with the E-Boys program. And then in theater, we've had several productions this year. Bonner has done amazing work. I believe their last thing was dinner theater, and if you missed it, I challenge you not to miss it next year because it was phenomenal. So our students have explored, they've learned, they've grown, and all through our visual and performing arts programs. And then I want to say how we plan to look forward and build our programs. We do provide early exposure to the arts in pre-K and elementary school. We have informational sessions for students transitioning to middle school. They do a wonderful program, and it will be at GW this coming year, where all of our elementary students are invited to George Washington High School, and they get a performance, and they talk to them about the requirements for the programs. We use Major Clarity to identify student interests and strengths. In middle school, the pathways in visual and performing arts are explained to our students and offered. And then transition meetings and high school visits for our rising ninth graders. We also are beginning to have more and more after-school clubs across the division in our elementary and middle schools and high schools. We also promote cross-curricular integration of the arts across content areas. We see lots of work together between our language arts teachers and our arts teachers. It is, I believe in cross-curricular integration because I know when we give students something to hook it to, they don't forget it.
Sure.
So I appreciate your time this evening, and I want to thank you for your support of visual and performing arts, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Any questions?
So you answered it when you were saying, so in regards to middle schools with this visual art, what would you suggest or think is like a contributing factor of why it's such an increase or a large number of students that participate in that? That would be the first question.
Well, part of it is the way that our exploratory classes are set up. Our students get an opportunity to experience many classes throughout middle school, so they have a better opportunity to understand what they are interested in and how they want to move forward. So a great number of our students in 6th grade take art, and then they can branch out into the performing classes as they move forward.
So the second question then, as they get to high school, do any of these classes kind of mimic the classes that they, of course it would be on an advanced level, but do they mimic the classes or do they even exist?
Yes.
Okay.
Our students have the ability in high school to choose. I think in our freshman year, their schedule is pretty tight, but they do have at least one class that they may choose an elective. And our curriculums for middle school and high school are vertically aligned. So they don't start back at the beginning, but high school courses don't always require that they had art in 8th grade or chorus in 8th grade. They can join as they choose.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any others? Any others, Dr. Williams?
Not a question, but a comment. Thank you so much for all that you're doing for our music and art teachers. As a former band kid who was terrible at math, I do know the connection between music and how it helps your brain with math and stuff. So thank you for all you're doing.
It does. You cannot be a good music student without being a good math student. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Next, we'll move to item 6.1, 2026-27, Title I, Part A, Improving Basic Programs Operated by Local Educational Agencies, Federal Grant Application. And I'll turn it over to Ms. Green.
Good evening, Chairman Graves, Vice Chair Cunningham, esteemed members of the school board, and Dr. Harrison. It's that time of year again. Tonight, I'd like to request, I'm sorry, I have to get used to clicking. Tonight, I present to you our Title I Part A 26-27 grant application. Our preliminary allocation for the 26-27 school year is $4,718,360. This is our preliminary allocation, and we'll be notified of our final allocation in the fall. We have included in our grant application supplemental instructional salaries, after-school tutoring, materials and supplies, as well as after-school transportation, supplemental transportation costs for field trips, professional development, parent and family engagement activities, instructional materials and supplies for the classroom, as well as staff salaries, which would include examples such as your math and science coaches, SEL paraprofessionals, and of course our FACE specialists are just some of those examples, as well as mandated federal school improvement activities. It is respectfully requested that the Danville City School Board approves the submission of the Title I Part A grant application for the 26-27 school year and sign the attached cover page that accompanies the application. The cover page and application will be submitted to the Virginia Department of Education by the submission deadline of July 1, 2026.
Any questions? Any questions? Ms. Walker?
Yes, only question I have, is it an increase for this year, or is it about the same from last year, or?
Actually, that's our preliminary allocation, so whenever we submit the grant allocation, it's always a preliminary based on last year's. And so we will get our final allocation in the fall, and then, of course, we'll make any amendments. It could be a decrease or an increase, just based on what the state allocations is.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is an action item.
Chairman Graves, I move that we approve the grant application as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. McLaughlin, second by Ms. Cunningham. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Ms. Averett?
Yes.
Mr. Graves?
Yes. Next, we'll move to item 6.2.
Thank you. Danville Public Schools Title II Part A programs funding allocation for the 25-26 school year was $415,973, and the preliminary funding for 26-27 will remain the same. Danville Public Schools will be notified of the final allocation in the fall. Funds will be utilized to support some of the following areas of need: supplemental instructional salaries and stipends, for example, professional development, licensure and endorsement support, as well as sustainable professional development. It is respectfully requested that the Danville City School Board approves the submission of the Title II grant application for 2026-2027 and sign the attached cover page that accompanies the application. The cover page and application will be submitted to the Virginia Department of Education by the submission deadline of July 1, 2026.
Any questions? This is an action item.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the Title I Part A grant application as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Dr. Williams, second by Ms. McLaughlin. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Ms. Averett?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Graves?
Yes. Next, we'll move to item 6.3.
Danville Public Schools Title III Part A programs funding allocation for the 25-26 school year was $40,736, and the preliminary funding for 26-27 will remain the same. Danville Public Schools will be notified of the final allocation in the fall. The allocation will be utilized to fund sustainable professional development, supplemental instructional materials, and community parental involvement activities for our English learners. It is respectfully requested that Danville City School Board approves the submission of the Title III Part A grant application for 2026-2027 and sign the attached cover page that accompanies the application. The cover page and application will be submitted to the Virginia Department of Education by the submission deadline of July 1, 2026.
Any questions? Any questions? Hearing none, this is an action item.
I move that we approve Title III Part A language instruction for English learners and immigrant students federal grant application.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Walker, second by Ms. Averett. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Ms. Averett?
Yes.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Graves?
Yes. Next, we'll move to item 6.4.
Funds from the Title IV Part A grant application will be transferred to our Title II Part A Supporting Effective Instruction Grant. Danville Public Schools Title IV Part A's program funding allocation for the 25-26 school year was $373,411, and the preliminary funding for 26-27 will remain the same. This grant money will be used to supplement our Title II Part A grant with the assurance the funds will align with all the requirements of Title II Part A. Transferring the Title IV funds to Title II will allow the school division to support areas that include supplemental instructional salaries and stipends, licensure and endorsement supports, as well as sustainable professional development as outlined in the Title II Part A plan. It is respectfully requested that the Danville City School Board request the submission of the Title IV Part A grant application for 26-27 and sign the attached cover page that accompanies the application. The cover page and application will be submitted to the Virginia Department of Education by the submission deadline of July 1, 2026.
Any questions? Any questions? Hearing none, this is an action item.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the grant as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Dr. Williams, second by Ms. McLaughlin. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Ms. Averett?
Yes.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Graves?
Yes. Next, we'll move to item 6.5.
Danville Public Schools Title V Part B programs funding allocation for the 25-26 school year was $194,340, and the preliminary funding for the 2026-2027 school year will remain the same. Danville Public Schools will be notified of the final allocation in the fall. The allocation will be utilized to fund supplemental instructional salaries and stipends. It is respectfully requested that the Danville City School Board approves the submission of the Title V Part B grant application for the 2026-2027 school year and sign the attached cover page that accompanies the application. The cover page and application will be submitted to the Virginia Department of Education by the submission deadline of July 1, 2026.
Any questions? Any questions? This is an action item.
Chair Graves, I make a motion that we approve the grant application as presented.
I second it.
Motion made by Ms. Cunningham, second by Ms. Walker. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham?
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin?
Yes.
Ms. Averett?
Yes.
Ms. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Graves?
Yes. Next, we'll move to item 6.6.
Thank you. In support of strengthening student academic achievement, each local educational agency must develop jointly with, agree on with, and distribute to parents of participating children a written parental involvement policy that contains information required by the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. The general expectations and descriptions establishes Danville Public Schools' expectations for parent and family engagement and describes how the LEA will implement a number of specific activities and is incorporated into the LEA's plan submitted to the state educational agency. Through your approval this evening, the general expectations and descriptions will establish Danville Public Schools' expectations for parent and family engagement and describe how we will implement activities to support our goals of improved academics, behavior, and attendance as it relates to family engagement. In a review of our general expectations from last school year, there were no recommendations for any changes. So at this time, it is respectfully requested that the Danville City School Board approves the Title I Part A, General Expectations and Descriptions, and sign Part 3 of the document. A copy of the general expectations and descriptions are included for review.
Any questions? Any questions? Hearing none, this is an action item.
I move that we approve the Title I Division-wide Parent and Family Engagement with the general expectations.
I second the motion.
Motion made by Ms. Walker, second by Dr. Williams. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham,
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin,
Yes.
Ms. Averett,
Yes.
Ms. Walker.
Yes.
Mr. Graves.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll move to item 7.1, personnel recommendations. I'll turn it over to Ms. Wimberly.
Good evening, Chairman Graves, Vice Chair Cunningham, Dr. Hairston, and members of the board. You've been presented with personnel recommendations for your review, consideration, and approval. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Any questions? This is an action item.
Chair Graves, I make a motion that we approve the personnel recommendations as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Cunningham, second by Ms. Averett. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Ms. Averett,
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham,
Yes.
Ms. Walker,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin.
Yes.
Mr. Graves.
Yes, thank you. Next, we'll move to item 7.2, approval of Director of Behavioral Health and Wellness, and I'll turn it over to the Superintendent.
Yes, if Mr. Mayo, Mr. Wayne Mayo, if you'll come, yes, you. You are it. You'll come to the podium. I bring to you this evening Mr. Wayne Mayo. He brings 30 years of educational leadership experience, including over 2 decades as a principal at the elementary, middle, and high school levels. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated a strong commitment to supporting academic, behavioral, and social-emotional success of students. Since 2021, Mr. Mayo has served as principal at O.T. Bonner, where he has led the implementation of the MTSS framework and certainly improved attendance, behavior, and academic achievement. The school exited comprehensive support and improvement status, I think, after his 2nd year as principal and remains fully accredited. And we heard tonight it's a blue ribbon school. Prior to his service at O.T. Bonner, Mr. Mayo was principal of Woodbury Hills, and he also served in several roles in North Carolina, where I discovered that he has done many, many much turnaround work there in North Carolina before coming to Danville. He holds a Bachelor of Mathematics education from Elizabeth City State University and a master's degree in school administration from East Carolina University. He holds an academically gifted certification, curriculum and instructional specialist credentials, and is a graduate of the University of Virginia's Scope Leadership Program. I bring to you this evening and I'm seeking your approval for the recommendation of Mr. Wayne L. Mayo for the position of Director of Behavioral Health and Wellness.
Thank you, Superintendent. This is an action item.
I make a motion that we approve Mr. Mayos to become the Director of Behavior and Wellness Director.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Walker and second by Ms. McLaughlin to approve Mr. Mayo as Director of Behavioral Health and Wellness. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Ms. Cunningham,
Yes.
Ms. McLaughlin,
Yes.
Ms. Averett,
Yes.
Ms. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Graves.
Yes. Congratulations, Ms. Mayo. Next, we'll move to item 7.3, approval of principal for Schoolfield Elementary. Dr. Harrison.
Yes, Ms. Tabitha Cash, if you'll come forward. Ms. Tabitha Cash is an accomplished educational leader with more than 20 years of experience in public education. Throughout her career, she has demonstrated a strong commitment to student achievement, instructional excellence, and collaborative leadership. Ms. Cash currently serves as an assistant instructional supervisor for us at Activate, where she supports culture, academic achievement, instructional improvement, and student discipline, as well as operations. She also serves as the school's testing coordinator we heard about earlier. Prior to her current role, Ms. Cash served in the Curriculum and Instruction Department as a literacy specialist, where she led curriculum initiatives, provided instructional coaching, and coordinated professional development. She also served as a reading specialist before coming to us in Mecklenburg County Public Schools. Ms. Cash began her educational career as an elementary teacher, serving students in Halifax and Mecklenburg County. During her classroom tenure, she earned recognition for her instructional expertise. She holds a Master of Education in Reading, Literacy, and Learning, and an Educational Leadership endorsement from Longwood University. Well, she maintained a 4.0 GPA. She also earned her master's before that, of course, in liberal arts from Averett University. I'm seeking your approval for the recommendation of Tabitha Cash for the position of Principal of Schoolfield Elementary.
Thank you, Dr. Harrison. This is an action item.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Mrs. Cash as the principal for Schoolfield Elementary.
Second.
Motion been made by Ms. McLaughlin and second by Ms. Cunningham to approve Ms. Cash as the principal of Schoolfield Elementary School. Any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, please call for a vote.
Miss Averett,
Yes.
Miss Cunningham,
Yes.
Miss Walker,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Miss McLaughlin,
Yes.
Mr. Graves.
Yes, congratulations, Ms. Cash. Next, we'll move to item 8.1, board requests for information for future agenda items. Do we have any? All right. Before we adjourn, I just want to ask Ms. Cash and Mr. Mayo if you would just stand. Let's recognize them once again. Congratulations. Thank you. And on that note, meeting adjourned. We have